Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to talk about H.P. Lovecraft's Cool Air. This is a movie from Albert Pyun. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but I'm a big fan of his films. He did the original Captain America, Adrenaline Fear the Rush was another really good one he did, and Cyborg and Nemesis. He was he put out a plethora of really good cheesy and kind of low budget B movies in the 80s and 90s. This is a 2006 film, if memory serves, that went straight to video. It's a very small scoped story, but I do really enjoy it. I've always liked it. And the soundtrack was done by Tony Ripperetti. I really enjoyed the soundtrack. It has a little bit of a weird creepiness to it, which goes well and lends itself to the film. The synopsis of the story is pretty much that there's this guy who's a writer for Hollywood who is struggling, and he goes to this rundown mansion which is like isolated in the mountains to try and kind of regain himself and start writing again. And in the house, the owner is this kind of, they're all kind of strange. There's a guy living there who's kind of strange. There's a doctor living upstairs who you don't really see much at the very beginning, but you realize they're doing some kind of strange experiments. And some of the there's like air conditioning, excuse me, and cold air in the room all the time, hence the name Cool Air. And some of the refrigerant and some of the stuff that the doctor is doing is now leaking into the main character's room. The main character is played by Morgan Weiser, and his dad is actually in it as well as one of the residents, Norbert Weiser, but I didn't recognize that it was his dad. Anyway, Morgan Weiser, I recognized from previously from Prayer of the Roller Boys with Corey Haim. So if you've seen those films, you'll look at this and go, "Oh, he looks familiar. It's from Prayer of the Roller Boys." Um, so the story starts to unfold. It's a very slow, as I said, small scoped kind of story about these strange inhabitants of this little apartment mansion thing, and the doctor, and how the doctor is doing these experiments to, how do I say this without kind of giving it away? She's doing these experiments to help people live longer lives, let's put it that way, and also to help with the dead. It sort of has that whole reanimator kind of idea going on without saying too much. And it starts to come to the surface of different inhabitants of the mansion and that they're all living in, and the main character, something happens with him, and it all sort of ties together. And it's a small film, very low budget. You can see it's amateurish in a way. Some of the acting isn't great, and it's definitely an Albert Pyun film. I enjoy it, and I said to my wife right after we watched it, I like movies like this a lot. I feel like movies that have heart or are cheesy and silly and fun mean a lot more to me than these huge Hollywood blockbusters with their inflated budgets and inflated egos. So I really enjoy Cool Air. I think it's a good little small creepy sort of horror film with some science fictiony stuff thrown in. Didn't blow me away, but I've always enjoyed it and I always like revisiting it. So if you like H.P. Lovecraft, you like Albert Pyun, check out Cool Air. I would recommend it. I think it's pretty damn good. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.